Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Patton and this is another episode of Sizzle in the Middle and another episode of the hand analyst, Lisa Greenfield, the hand analyst extraordinaire. Good to see you back.
Oh, thank you for having me back. We didn't get to finish the love life.
I know there's a lot to talk about. We did an episode already that you can find on YouTube. And explaining all about what is hand analysis, and we go into much more detail. But right now, we're going to focus right in on the love life stuff. But briefly, give us just a little quick thing about what this whole hand analysis is.
All of your thoughts and feelings and body chemistry shape your hands. So your brain, your emotions, your hormones are mapping out on your hand what your true personality profile is.
So in other words, Lisa, it's all in our hands. The answer is in
your
our hands. And I know you're all going like this right now, right?
Yep.
So as you do that, do you want to show them my hand?
I'll be
explain?
happy to. As far
Okay.
as we've got a heart line, which we get right to the heart of the matter when it's dating. We've got a fire heart line here. It starts under the pinky and runs horizontal across the hand and curves up and ends under Saturn. That's the middle finger, your birdie finger. So she's a fire heart.
So what does that mean in terms of my love life, which of course I'm single, as you know. If you go to Sizzle in the Middle, you know that I'm a single sizzle chick. So what does that mean? Does it make sense?
Yes, as far as you are a romantic.
Okay,
all right?
definitely.
There's a part of you that really needs real romance. All right, and that's just a passionate desire of yours for it to be a little bit larger than life.
Oh, that
and
is true. It's true.
You want the storybook.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Fire heart definitely is one that wants more than the comfort. Its opposite is earth, which wants stability. If it's low and straight, if it ended under Saturn, that middle finger.
Do you want to show again? Okay.
If it's low and straight like this, that's earth, and that's the opposite of fire. An earth heart would need a lot of security. This is somebody who,
And that's not me.
No, that's
Okay.
your opposite.
Yeah. Okay.
And very often you find people are attracted to their opposites.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
More often than not. But the important thing to remember, regardless of what your placement is on your hand, when we fall in love, the first thing we get to see is a new view of ourselves in our loved one's eyes. That's part of the excitement of falling in love.
Yeah, okay, that's good. I have to
Right?
remember. Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So we do, yes, exactly. But here's the thing. We get into it and we start focusing on our flaws or their flaws, or we
Right.
catch those human moments and we start doubting what we saw when we first started.
Okay.
Hand analysis is a way to remind you that it's true. It was all real. Those gifts and those talents and those things that you fell in love with are still there. And most importantly, regardless about the other person, they're there in you.
So it's good for us to know then if we're dating someone, let's say, we meet some great, fabulous man, and we should just make sure we see their hand
Well,
instead of having them write out their
I personally,
signature.
I'm working on a deck of playing cards so that you could take them with on a date.
Perfect.
Seriously, because the idea is that you could have a little cue card that's a way
I
to
love
start a
it.
conversation about what our strengths are and what our challenges are. This is your real personality profile. It's right here in your hand. Your brain doesn't lie. It's all about understanding the language. So it would give you that much more information.
So, gosh, this is so interesting.
Aw.
So the more we know about, well, I guess the more we know about our own hands,
Yes.
the easier it will be to understand somebody else's hands.
Absolutely. And here's the most important thing. What I started saying, as far as knowing that view of yourself in the other person's eyes, if that relationship doesn't work out, you still walk away knowing that they saw your strengths and your gifts. That's a powerful place. When Louise Hay and all these people talk about self-love, I always said, well, I thought I loved myself.
Yeah.
The thing is, this gives you a way to actually say, you are a brave heart. Fire hearts are dragon slayers. Earth hearts, they are the people you can rest absolutely sure that if they commit to something, that's going to happen.
Okay, the earth heart, that sounds like those are the kind of men that we should go for, right?
Well, fire
The
hearts
ones that are
will
gonna
be attracted to the opposite, your earth heart. But that's the very thing, the fact that they're so stable will absolutely get on your nerves over time until you integrate all of the little details about,
so
you know,
much.
yeah, oh, trust
There's
me.
so much to know.
There's so much. That's another whole show. But seriously, it's about, we're here to incorporate all of the elements. But first we start pushing back on what is our opposite, because we want to do that. Part of it wants to do that for ourselves. We don't want to have to rely on somebody else.
So Lisa, we got to wrap up here, but what can we tell everyone to do right now? What could they do right now? A couple of things to get started.
Okay,
And go to your site. That
oh
tell
yeah,
them
you
to take
can.
the
Yeah,
test.
you can have a free hand analysis. We'll tell you. But first, if your heart line ends under Saturn, back to that birdie finger. If it ends under Saturn, they're usually looking for people, somebody else, to give them the answers when the answers are within them. Whereas,
So that's me.
yep.
Okay.
Whereas if your heart line stretches over from the middle over under the first finger, which is Jupiter, you usually think that the answers lie within you, and your challenges in relationships are about incorporating other people.
Oh, this is so great. Okay. Where can they go to do the test?
You can get a free hand analysis at mytruthinhand.com, and it's a 3 to 4 minute mini, but it'll walk you through a couple of the basics, including your relationship lines.
And you know what? We're going to your event, the singles event,
Oh,
because
yes.
you work with singles.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
we'll talk more about that next time,
Yep.
and maybe talk about the event and what events are coming up and how you
Absolutely.
can meet your perfect hand.
Well, we want you to have a chance to put this
It's
to
all
work
about
for
the
you.
hand. We can have a whole thing. We could have rings. It could be a whole thing about the hand. Okay, so we will see you next time. Go to sizzleinthemiddle.com to read more and hear more about being a sizzle chick and living better in the middle and life in the middle, and mytruthinhand.com to know more about the hand analysis. And we will see you next time.
Thank you again.
Bye.